welcome back. It's so good to see you. So today's video is going to be a snack time and chat time, like ramble. I have blackberries. I wanted something sweet and I didn't want candy or anything like that, so blackberries. I absolutely love blackberries. Hopefully I don't get any like seeds stuck in my teeth. So good. It's like there are seeds, but it's like you're eating and drinking at the same time. It's like refreshing. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love blackberries. My son doesn't like them because of the seeds are everywhere, but I'm like, I don't even care. I don't even care. So good. I'll toothpick all the seeds out later. They're so good. They're so good. So if you want to pause the video, go get something to eat so we can have a snack or lunch, breakfast, dinner, whenever you're watching this, we can sit down and eat together. Go ahead, I'll wait. You good? Okay. So, what are we going to chat and ramble about? It's summer. It's officially summer. Yes. I am like so excited. I'm so excited. School is out. Yes. At least for me. I know that there are some kids that go to school in the summer, like they've got the year-round school, like they get a few weeks in the summer. No. But then there are other kids that they don't get out until like the middle or end of June. I'm just like, My kids got out, was it the 24th? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was the 23rd. Whatever. It's over. Who cares? So, gosh, these blackberries, I almost said blueberries. These blackberries are so freaking delicious. My parents, along the front fence of their yard, they have these berry bushes that, like, for somehow, I don't know, started growing on their fence. And I don't know how, because when I lived there, we never had nothing on that fence. But they were like blackberries like this, but they were like wild or something. I don't know. But like a couple years ago, my dad was like, hey, there's berries, you know. So me and my dad and my daughter, we like picked blackberries, you know. And then I went home and I made like legit blackberry cobbler. That was the best blackberry cobbler I have ever had in my life. And so every once in a while they grow, but like this year they haven't grown, and I'm like, because I want those fresh wild blackberries, because they were like the best. I mean, these are good, but they weren't as good as those, you know. Anyway, so school is out. Thank God. I have a few notes here so that I won't just be like, what am I talking about? Because that's my life. I will be in full mid-conversation with someone and then she'll be like, I don't know. I was talking about something. And if they're not paying attention or they're not listening, they're like, what were we talking about? Like when me and my husband get old, it's just going to be like the strangest thing. Because we're going to have just a billion conversations and never get the ending of them. Sometimes me and my husband will be having a conversation and then it just stops. And then like a week later, I'm like, oh yeah. And then we just continue the conversation, but we don't say, remember last week when we were talking about whatever? No, we just start talking about whatever, and like we both realize that, oh yeah, that conversation has happened last week, and then we just go with it. It's so weird. Anyway, so thank God school is out. Thank God. I'm like, I don't even go to school, but like, you know, I have to be on school schedule, and I'm done. Like, summer schedule is still a schedule, but I don't have to worry about like what. Make sure you have your clothes set out. Did we have homework last night? Blah blah blah. I need to make their lunches. No, no. Do you have to wear a certain hat this day, or you know what I mean? Just like, I have to think less during the summer, and that's fantastic. Because thinking is hard for me. Anyway, let me make sure this is even recording. Okay, it's recording. So, I hated this school year. Hated it so much. Because, like, right off the bat, my son got crappy teachers, okay? And my son has issues. He's got sensory processing disorder, and I'm 100% convinced that he is autistic, because everything I know my son, okay? And it's like, there's this show, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like Life and Beth on Hulu, and it stars like Amy Schumer. It's loosely based off of her life, but not really. And there's this guy in it, Michael Cera. He plays this character, and like, she ends up dating him and marrying him and stuff, and she's just like, he's so different, and I don't want to say strange or weird, he's just different, you know. And she's like, I think that he might be autistic. And so they get him tested, and they're like, yep. And I'm like, this is my son, the way that he is and stuff. And I'm like, I don't trust the testing that the school did. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're not on that right now. So he's got issues, and he's been tested, and the teachers know. But like, I've noticed that like every year since the testing, I have to talk to his teachers and tell them like, he has issues, this needs to happen, and they're just like, yeah, okay. Like, so I thought they already knew, and that I was just being annoying. Well, I did that this year at the beginning, and his teacher was just like, he's fine, he doesn't need special treatment, he's fine. And I'm like, I'm not saying that he needs special treatment, I'm saying he has special quirks, and you know, his previous teachers did this, and this, and there are specific notes in the school. And she's like, whatever, I've dealt with kids like that before, he's fine. And I just didn't like the way that she was treating him, you know. And he would come home crying, she was so mean. And his other teacher, I had spoke to her, and she was kind of the same way. And she was like, no, we just like kids to do things on their own, and they'll be fine. And I'm like, but he's not like every other kid, you know. And I'm not trying to be like, you need to treat my kid a special way because he's special. No, he's got some issues, you know. And I was just like, what was going on? And it was a whole thing. And one of the teachers was literally talking crap about my son, to my son, about me. And it was a whole thing that I had to like speak to the counselors and the principal, the vice principals, stuff like that. And I was like, to the point where I was like, how is this woman even allowed to teach students and to treat students this way? How could she speak to parents this way and stuff like that? And I was just like, so I was like, we need to switch him over to someone else because this ain't working. you know, and I've tried to contact the teacher and she would just ignore me. She would flat out ignore any emails, text messages, calls. No. And I'm like, this is not acceptable, you know. And she got in trouble, but not like fired or anything like that, you know. I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, but I was like, this is not right. I don't want to get into the things that she did, but it was jaw-dropping. Okay, anyway, so my son got switched. He liked these teachers better, and they were better. But the reason that they were better was because when I was speaking to the counselors, they were like, well, we don't have any records of his testing. And I was like, what? Because this school was the one that did the testing. And I was like, oh, hold on. So I went home and I got all the records and everything like that. And the counselor was like, we don't have any of these. And I'm like, what? So he actually made copies of all this stuff and all the teacher recommendations and stuff. And I was like, this makes sense. This is why I've had to explain repeatedly to all of his teachers throughout the years. And he was just like, thanks, you know. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with this school? But anyway, so then he told me about this specific thing. It's called like a 504 plan, and it's to put these special recommendations. And the 504 plan follows him throughout his entire education process. And so I was like, why has no one ever told me about this, so I didn't have to repeatedly do all this? Somebody let my son fall through the cracks. They did not do their job properly, whatever. So now he is not falling through the cracks and stuff like that, but he had to do more testing and stuff, but stuff's not going. Stuff was still not going right. So I am having to reteach my son basically the 3rd grade. Whatever, I'm doing it, you know, but I shouldn't have to do it. He's going on to the 4th grade, but over this summer, I'm going to be reteaching him the entire 3rd grade in a different way to help him understand better. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so it's been a tough year for my son, for me, and I'm so glad that it's over. But I'm so glad that now he has all these things put in place so that next year teachers, they know who he is before he's coming in, and I won't have to be like, explain, please do this. They will already have all the instructions, and they will be given this information, and you know what I mean? So, whatever. And it was a really hard year for my daughter as well. It was a great year for my daughter education-wise because she is so smart. She's in the National Honor Society. She's in GT. She was in band, like all these things, okay? Great. She was in 5th grade. 5th grade, okay? Well, kids are growing up much earlier now, I guess, or maturing or something. But when I was a kid, the thing that happened to her happened to me more when I was like in middle school. I was like in 6th and 7th grade is when there's some kind of transition. You can be friends with people. This was like a social deal, which a lot of people were like, are you guys gonna make a school gossip video like how we do neighborhood gossip? The year before we did what's really going on at school gossip, that kind of thing, and everybody really liked it, and Emma loved it because she loves gossip, right? And she was like, are we gonna make a video? And people kept asking. I'm like, I am not sure about it this year, okay? And I am glad that we didn't, because this year was quite rough socially for my daughter. My daughter is the nicest, sweetest person in the world, and she is one of the popular kids. Okay, I'm like, how did one of my kids become my son is very popular too. Oh my god, I'm like, how are they so popular? Because I was such like a dork, and like I wasn't unpopular. I was like in the middle, but I was more dorky, kind of like I am now. But I'm like, these kids are like, they're popular. Like, one day during one of these meetings that I had with all these people, I was going with my son through the school, and like, I'm talking, everybody knew my son. Teachers, all the students, kids from other grades were like, oh my god, because all of Emma's friends know David, and all of David's friends knows Emma. So it's just like, they're at the top of the food chain in the school popularity, okay? Anyway, and I was just like, dang, like, I felt cool hanging out with my kids at school. I was like, I'm one of the popular kids now. It was so crazy. Like, what? Anyway, my daughter is so nice. She's nice to everyone, okay? And she's one of the popular kids, So there were a lot of new kids that came to her school this year, because, over the summer, like, families move and new kids come, some kids leave. Well, there was this new girl who came to school, and Emma was talking to me about her, and she was like, she sits across from her, and she's kind of quiet and stuff, and I was like, she's probably very, very shy, and just make sure that, you're nice and you help her, and she was like, oh no, I am. She's like, I no one else talks to her, but I talk to her, and I just want her to know that she has a friend if she needs one. And I was like, thank you. I am so glad that you're like that, And so she was my daughter's friend for a while. And then I think she started to become jealous of my daughter. And I say that for reasons. But this girl started like saying things about Emma behind her back, and saying that, like, stupid stuff, so stupid. So, and it like has to do with race stuff, okay? So my daughter, I think she got the Mexican gene, okay? Because my dad is Mexican, my mom is white. I look full white. I think, when people find out that I'm half Mexican, they're like, what? Like, they have no idea, But, like, my daughter, she has got this beautiful, natural, like, dark tan skin. And I'm like, how did I get this super bright white skin? And she gets this beautiful, like, Mexican tan skin. Like, it's just gorgeous. Especially in the summer when she gets tanner. Oh, perfect skin. Anyway, so she's a little darker, and so a lot of the kids are like mixed races, because like that's, most people are mixed race now, and so they'll be like, well, what are you, and so Emma will say, because like she's German and French and Irish and all kinds of stuff, but the biggest chunk would be like white, not white, because it's not just like, there's no white, it's like French, German, that kind of thing, Indian, and then she's a quarter Mexican, which I'm sure my dad is like part Mexican, Spanish, whatever, but Mexican. And so she's like, I'm a quarter Mexican. No big deal. Nobody cares, right? Well, this girl, for some reason, was telling people that Emma was claiming to be full Mexican, and they're like, she is so not. Like, who does she think she is? And I'm like, what? Because Emma's like, I never said that. I, like, no. And then, since Emma was like, I never said that, then the girl started saying, oh, Emma said that she's like half black. And Emma's like, I never said that either. I was like, so what if she was? What is this girl's, what? And this girl is half black. So she's like, she can never be like me, and like, blah, blah. Emma is not trying to be like anyone, you know? But whatever. And it's just little things like that where Emma was very open and inviting and friendly to this girl. And then this girl started to get jealous and started like spreading little lies like that, or like, I don't know, I can't remember specific. I just remember that because it was just so shocking. Like, who cares? But it was just little lies like that. Like when Emma was in the play. Well, the girl started saying that she was in the play. Emma wasn't. Emma's a liar. She doesn't even know how to act. She's not in this play. And Emma's like, what? Yes, I am. Because everyone knew that Emma had to leave like an hour early to be able to get to rehearsals, you know, just for that, you know, 1 week or whatever. And the girl was like, I am in that play and she is not there. She never shows up and blah, blah, blah. And Emma's like, you are not in the play. What are you talking about? And it was just stuff like that. But then she would go back and be like, oh, I was just kidding. And then she would be friends with Emma. And Emma's so nice that she would just take her back. And it's not just this one girl. It's just, it started with this one girl. Because this one girl would just be telling all of Emma's friends just lies, you know. And then eventually, one by one, Emma's friends started believing this liar. And so they kind of like moved Emma over here, you know, like, you can't be part of our group. And Emma's like, okay, because Emma's part of every group because she's popular. So like everybody wants, you know what I mean? But it's like friends that she's had since kindergarten were listening to this girl. And eventually they came around and they realized that this girl lies about every single thing. So they all have come back and they were like apologizing to Emma throughout the year. Like, I'm sorry, she was so believable and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Emma has forgiven them, but she's like, I can't ever actually trust them again because they're not my real friends. If they can just take the word of somebody they've known for like 3 months over somebody they've known for like 6 years, you know, which is good that she is guarded with her trust now, you know. But there was some crazy, crazy drama between another friend, and again, it was rough. It was shocking because this is somebody who you would never think would cause issues, and then issues were caused, and there was it was lying, backstabbing, and I'm not going to get into details, but there was an actual fight, physical fight. Nobody was at fault. It was so stupid, and no one got in trouble because of the situation. but it got resolved, thank God. But it was stupid, like, playground drama where, like, this one friend over here and Emma's over here. Somebody awful over here is giving Emma a message from this friend. This friend never said this. And so Emma gets this fake message and tells her friend to tell this person this. So this person changes the story and this person goes back. And so it was really just people trying to start crap between two actual friends. And it's like, if you two would have just actually communicated instead of listened to other people, none of this would have gone down. And one day they actually were like, what's going on? They both were like, this is so strange, what is happening? And they actually get together and they actually talk, and they were like, you never said this, I never said this person said this. And they found out that these people were the troublemakers, starting drama between it was crazy. And I'm just like, what? You're in 5th grade. What is happening here? But I'm like, please let this drama be happening now, so when you get to junior high and high school, I don't gotta worry. So yes, it has been a hard freaking year. It's been stressful on me, stressful on my daughter, stressful on my son, and I'm done. I am freaking done. My kids are done. I do feel bad for my son though, because he made a really good friend, and this friend is moving. They are friends on Roblox and like social media, so I was like, you're still gonna get to play with him every day, but he's like moving far, so he's quite upset. But they still do on Roblox. They talk and stuff and play, so hopefully they can stay friends. I don't know. But anyway, so and the mean girl that started all the freaking drama the whole year is moving. Thank God. Bye-bye. I've never wanted to hit a kid more. Like, the things that she said about my daughter, to my daughter. Emma, she hasn't been on the channel in a while, but I have posted pictures of her on Instagram and stuff. She's perfect, okay? And I know she's my daughter, and I can't see for what she really is, but I think that she's perfect, okay? And she's beautiful. Emma was giving a presentation one day. This happened probably about 2 months ago. And that's why I'm like, she is jealous. She's jealous, okay? Because I've seen this girl. I've met this girl. She ain't perfect. Anyway, but I even had feelings for this girl because I was like, oh, because her parents were divorced and like, whatever, I'm like, she's got reasons, but she's taking her own self-hatred and her own, things that are upsetting in her life, and she's projecting them onto other people and situations. She's a kid, she doesn't know. So I'm like, but Emma came home and she was very upset. And I was like, what happened? She's like, well, I was giving a presentation and I had to stand up in front of the class. And I was giving the presentation and I look over, and mean girl, she was looking at some other girl, and she was like mouthing. She could see her say this, Emma is so fat. And she looks over and sees Emma looking at her, and she's like, and I'm like, why? First of all, my daughter is nowhere near fat, okay? Even if she was, why you gotta call some kid out for being fat, okay? Leave them alone. But Emma is not fat. She is the exact opposite of fat. She's like -0. How is that fat? That's why I'm like, this girl has got to be projecting, because this girl is not -0. And I'm not trying to be negative about that girl's image, but she's projecting. That's all I'm gonna say. And so I had to tell that to Emma. I was like, Emma, no. And I had to take her in front of a mirror and I was like, look, you are beautiful. Don't let her project her own negative feelings about herself onto you. I was so mad. But she's moving, so bye. And it's like, who do you think you are? My daughter befriended you when no one else would. So, yeah, I'm done with the school year. And I'm scared for next year. Like, what kind of drama is going to happen next year? Anyway, so, but at least my son's got that whole, like, 504 thing set up, and I won't have to deal with that. Hopefully he won't have to deal with that. And now it's just, it's summer. It's time to relax and not worry about stupid little bitches in school or stupid teachers that are super mean. I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about, what are the kids going to have for lunch? What time are we going to go to the pool? Because we're going to the pool and we're going to go swimming every day. I just hope that there's not pool drama. If there's pool drama, I'm gonna tell you. I'll have a whole little series called Pool Drama, because every year there's some kind of pool drama. I'm sure I'm gonna have like a neighborhood gossip some point during the summer, because I feel like more things would happen. I only have like 3 things on my neighborhood drama list right now, so it's like, so I'll just wait, because there's always some kind of pool drama every single year. Sometimes the pool is shut down because of how bad the drama is. Sometimes we have to have police guards because of how crazy the drama is at the pool. And I'm like, we live in a nice neighborhood. Like, what? So I'm just ready to relax, go swimming, sleepover parties, just relax, read true crime stuff. I am planning on doing a true crime, and a lot of people did suggest specific stories, and I do have those written down. But my mom was telling me about this true crime that I'm like, what? I'm gonna have to do that, because, and I usually like doing true crime, like, oh my god, you ain't gonna believe this, like true crime gossip type thing with older stories. I don't know if I can do it with this one, because this true crime story is about one of my mom's actual legit friends, and it was in Houston, and they've even written a book about it, and she has the book and she gave it to me to read. So I have to read that book, write out my true crime story, and then I think I want to get some personal stories from her just to add in, but like, how can I not do a true crime about that? It's about her actual friend. Like, what? Oh my gosh, and I had no idea. So I'm gonna have to do my true crime research, but I'll probably do at least 1 or 2 more. But because it's the summer, the kids are home all the time, every single day, all the time, and I did this last year, and I think the year before. You're not gonna like it, but there's gonna be less videos. Less videos. I usually make videos every other day, but I just don't like. I don't like to tell my kids shut up. You know, like, I want them to enjoy their summers. So I'm typically gonna record on Mondays, and I'm gonna record 2 videos a week. So, like, I don't know, maybe like Mondays and Thursdays or something like that. Just because I don't want to disrupt their summer. You know what I mean? Or like maybe I'll record at night. I don't know. But I don't want to force them to shut up, you know? Be like, shut up, I'm making ASMR. But like my son, he's like, I want to do an ASMR. He likes ASMR now. Before he didn't, but now he does. So he's like, I want to do an ASMR video. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, we gotta pick something, buddy. Like, I don't know. So there may or may not be an ASMR video with my son. If my son does one, my daughter's gonna want to do one. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that, what she's gonna want to do. So I'm sure that'll be thrown in there somewhere. But if you have any suggestions or requests, please let me know, because the videos are going to be limited this summer. When school goes back, like in August, I think school starts August 14th. Last year it started August 7th. This year school starts August 14th. When school starts again, I'll go back to the every other day thing. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that there's gonna be less videos, because I don't want to force them to be quiet, you know. They can handle it for like 1 day a week for like an hour, and I can make my 2 videos, and then, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, but so I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, and just be like, oh, it's summer, I can relax a bit, you know. But that'll give me more time to do my true crime research, because that takes time. Like, I don't know how people do true crime like once or twice a week. I used to do it, and it's like I was so drained and busy. Ugh. Because it's a lot of research. I do want to mention my friend, Dax ASMR. She has a true crime thing, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, so I'm pulling it up right now because I don't want to mess up the name, because she is the best. And she does voiceovers, but because she does the voiceover, her mouth is like real close to the mic, so it's like she can whisper, and like you can, I don't know, and she's English. She's actually from Portugal, but she's English. I don't know how that works, but she has this English accent, and it is amazing. But yeah, so she has her regular Dax ASMR channel, which I love, but I think there's going to be less videos because she's going to Portugal over the summer, so I don't even know if she's going to make a video unless she pre-recorded them, and then we'll release them, you know, like schedule them out or something. But the true crime, it's Dax Crime. Dax Crime. I've got a lot of little notifications up at the top, but see that? Dax Crime. And yeah, I'm subscribed to her because it's awesome. She does such a good job. So good, okay? She does, like, the amount of research. I'm like, where do you get these stories from? Where? But, like, her last couple of ones are, like, I absolutely love them so much because she has been doing them on missing people that are missing, and their stories are just so crazy and just like, oh, like she did one about this girl that went to high school with my sister, okay? And like, I was just like, what? I had no idea. But the reason that I like those so much is because she puts like information on the description thing where you can go to these links if you know anything about the cases, or it, something like that, because these people are still missing. So she's like putting that out there, and I just think that is so cool. So if you're, super into true crime or whatever, you should go check her stuff out because it's really good. Really, really good. It's not just her sitting here telling you a story, like whatever. And it's not a top down. She puts pictures of like the actual people. Like she makes these little, I don't want to say like, obviously they're videos, but like they're just pictures, and stuff. I don't know. I really like it. And you don't have to look at the videos either. You can just listen to them. And they're really good. Like I usually listen to them like when I'm cooking or doing, housework or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God. They're crazy stories that I've never heard. And I absolutely love it. And I think you should go check it out. She has no idea that I said any of that. So she's probably gonna be like, oh my God. Whatever. Anyway. I don't know what this video was. It was just a ramble about, I'm just so glad that it's summer and school. Goodbye. Please let next year be better. Please. And to let you know that there's going to be less videos. Don't be mad at me. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.